Iran says no signs of contamination after U.S. airstrikes on key nuclear facilities. Iran said there were no signs of contamination after the United States military attacked three nuclear facilities, Fordow, Isfahan, and Natanz in the early hours of Sunday in a dramatic escalation of tensions in the Middle East. The country's National Nuclear Safety System Center published a statement saying its radiation detectors had recorded no radioactive release after the strikes, according to state media. It said there was no danger to the residents living around the aforementioned sites. The Atomic Energy Commission also said there were no signs of radioactive contamination, reassuring the public that the U.S. strikes had shown no radiation leaks. It condemned the U.S. strikes as barbaric and in violation of international law, saying Iran's nuclear program will not be halted. It is expected that the international community will condemn this lawlessness rooted in jungle rules and support Iran in asserting its legitimate rights. This came after Saudi Arabia's nuclear regulator says no radioactive traces have been detected in the environment of Saudi Arabia or other Gulf states following strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities, as per reports. Also, read inside Iran's nuclear network all about Natanz, Fordow, and Isfahan facilities hit by U.S. strikes. Nanese Iranian state media also reported that there is no danger to residents following the U.S. airstrikes on a key nuclear facility, assuring the public that the situation remains under control despite the severity of the attack. U.S. President Donald Trump joined in on strikes against Iran as the American military targeted three nuclear sites, in an unprecedented move that heightened tensions of a full-fledged war in West Asia. Trump announced that the United States had completed a very successful attack on three nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. He pressed Iran to either make peace with Israel and the US or face far greater attacks in the future. Swipe left for next video. In a stark warning to the US, Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei said, Americans should expect greater damage and blows than ever before, as analysts expect an Iranian retaliation. Hamas also condemned the brutal aggression of the US, calling it a violation of international law. Meanwhile, Israel's airport authority announced it was closing the country's airspace to both inbound and outbound flights in the wake of the US attacks on Iranian nuclear sites. Latest blogs.